Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my Clean and Decorate with me for Friendsgiving. In this video, I'm going to be giving you Thanksgiving tablescape ideas. We're going to be getting it all done. Cleaning motivation. We're also going to be cooking. I'm going to be sharing my homemade garlic bread, lasagna, and a really easy appetizer. Let's get started. I know most of you celebrate Thanksgiving in November, but if you're new to my channel, I'm Canadian, so we celebrate it in October. So I was having a couple of friends over and I wanted to create a beautiful tablescape for them. So here is how I did it. I just layered down 2 lamb's ears. I picked these up at Michael's. I know Michael's picks can be a little bit pricey, so I tend to shop when they're buy one, get one free. Now I'm just layering in a pumpkin. I actually painted this pumpkin as part of my fall tablescape, which I will have a full fall playlist down below. But for this tablescape, I wanted to create something more traditional, and you'll see the difference once I'm done. But let me know if you've watched that one, which one you like better. I'm curious. So now I'm just layering in some eucalyptus. I also picked this up from Michael's. And a little hack to make your stems go further is I like to cut them apart so that I can get more stems per bunch. I found these faux antlers at Walmart. They were $3 for the pair. I thought they were awesome, and I'm so happy to have them going into Christmas, which, by the way, I have so much fun Christmas content coming up. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss any of it. I also added in some real pumpkins that I picked up really inexpensively from my local grocery store, and then I borrowed these brass candlesticks for my Halloween decorations to bring over to the table as well. I wanted to bring in more brass, and I remembered I have these sweet little cream and sugar containers, and I thought that they would be perfect and to use them as a little vase. And that's another little tip, is honestly think outside the box. You can decorate with anything. Here I'm using these Dollar Tree faux crystal glasses. They were perfect as well. I picked them up for next to nothing, and I just layered in some florals that I had thrifted. Those beautiful cream roses. I have been dying to use them all season. Now I'm just going down and putting these gold chargers. These are actually from the Dollar Tree. Such a good buy. They have so many different colors and patterns. And then I'm also layering in these Dollar Tree cream white plates as well. I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. I thrifted these glasses a few months ago and we used them as our everyday glasses, but I thought that they were perfect on this table. And now I'm just adding in some battery operated tea lights, and I'm actually using a Dollar Tree little plastic bowl, but you would never know. They come in 6 in a pack for $1, and they're so great to use as little candle votives as well. I found a free printable online, which I will link down below, and she actually used them to wrap in bread, but I decided to use them to make my own napkin rings. And all I did was print it out on craft paper. I cut craft paper down to regular paper size and just put it into my printer, and then I cut them out and I wrapped them around the napkin. These napkins are from Walmart, and I think that it turned out really cute and the perfect little napkin ring, and they all have a different saying on them. And here's how I folded them. I don't know if this is the right way, but I just felt like it looked really pretty. So I just folded both sides down, and then I pinched the middle in like a little bow tie, and that's how I had it on the table. On the other side of town we used to live. Here is the final look of the table. I love so much how this turned out. It really truly set the tone for a beautiful evening of just being grateful and having a good time, laughing and enjoying the company of friends. And I hope that it gave you some ideas. Again, whether you're celebrating now like me or in a couple of months, I hope that this gave you some inspiration when it comes to creating your own Thanksgiving table. Now we're going to switch gears and move over to cleaning, because whenever I'm hosting there's usually a cleanup that I need to do before because I've got 3 kids and 2 dogs, so things can get a little crazy around here. So I'm going to be giving you some homemaking cleaning motivation right now. So I would love so much if you have a list, pause this video, write yourself a list. I'm going to change up the music and we are going to get some cleaning done because the house needed it for sure before I have guests come over. And I'm also going to just sprinkle in some homemaking hacks throughout the rest of this video, just things that I do when I'm prepping for guests. And one of the things is cleaning the floors.
And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no, it's no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I love you the most.
I also like to just give a wipe down to high traffic areas. So mirrors, windows, because my kids are always pressing their faces against them. And also the powder room as well, because guests are obviously going to be using the washroom while they're at my house. So I like that to be nice and clean. And then I give my floors a quick mop as well, just so that it's nice and fresh and clean. I don't worry about getting the big mop out or the steam mop, just a quick wipe, because I know probably after I'll have to do kind of a post cleanup, but I do like to just go ahead and give it a quick wipe.
Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby, going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now.
Another little homemaking hack is I always run my diffuser a few hours before my guests come over. So I've got some yummy fall scents diffusing, and I like to keep the window in that bathroom open just a little bit to get some fresh air into the house as well. Now I'm just tidying up because this is real life. I had my kids doing some activities while I was getting things together, so I'm just going and tidying up. They did a really good job, but I'm just finishing it off here.
I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby, going down, down, down. Baby, going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. We keep moving like the river goes. Baby, going down, down.
I've been putting that rug underneath my kids' activity table. I find it so much easier to clean. They can kind of go crazy, make a mess, and then I just have to take the rug and dust it off outside.
I should let you know. Now, no, it's no more, no. I got so high.
I would love to know your favorite Thanksgiving food. Let me know down in the comment section. I tend to be more of a side person. I love like sweet potato casserole and mashed potatoes and all of the sides versus like the main, like the turkey or the ham. I don't know, is that strange? I feel like the sides are the best part, but let me know yours. I will be making a full Thanksgiving meal for my family because Thanksgiving is going to look a little bit different for us here in Canada with everything. So I will share my Thanksgiving dinner with you guys in a couple weeks. I know for those of us that are Canadian, it might not help, but maybe for my friends in the States that watch my channel, you can get some Thanksgiving ideas from that video. Now I'm just moving my way over to the living room and just straightening up. I like to just have like the pillows nice and straight. I actually washed all of the pillow covers and blankets the day before. That's another little homemaking hack just to freshen up the space. And I think it really does make a difference.
Excuse, babe. Now, hey, you. Oh, hey, you. I know you can find someone better. Oh, hey, you. Oh, hey, you.
My kids had just finished some popcorn, so you know how that goes. I'm just tidying that up before I go in and mop this area as well.
He's a vagabond, he won't.
I made my way over to the kitchen and I just remembered, fill up the toilet paper. That's another hack. Make sure that there's plenty of toilet paper.
You've been
Now that the house is all clean, it's time to go into the kitchen, and I'm going to be making the appetizer first because this is something that can be stored in the fridge until the cheese is ready to go into the oven. And all I did was take 3 different types of salami and layer it onto a board. This is a board I picked up at Michael's. I put some rosemary for decor. I also sprinkled in some dried cranberries. And then the easiest thing ever is take about 2 tablespoons of fig jam on some brie and bake it for about 15 minutes. And it is the most delicious appetizer ever. Moving on to my garlic bread. This is so simple. All you're gonna do is take a half a cup of olive oil, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and about 5 cloves of garlic diced and 1 clove of garlic grated in. You're just going to steep that on low as your stove will go for about 15 minutes. Then you're going to let it sit and just cool for another half an hour. Let all of those flavors mesh together. Then you're just going to take bread, dip it in the oil, bake it for about 10 minutes until it's nice and crispy. It's always a fan favorite. Moving on to the meat sauce, and I will write out my recipe down below for you guys if you miss anything, but really simple. You're just going to take 1 onion, saute it in a little bit of olive oil, some salt. Once it's translucent, about 3 minutes, you're going to add a pound of ground beef. And then to that, you're going to just add a little bit more salt, cook that through, drain any excess fat, and then add 2 jars of strained tomatoes. And what I like to do is once I pour out the tomatoes, I add half a jar of water, give it a mix, and pour that in. Then you're just going to add 2 handfuls of fresh basil, some salt, pepper to taste, and also a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Let that cook for about 2.5 hours. The longer the better. And let's move on to the filling. We're going to use 1 container of ricotta, salt, pepper, an egg, and half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Give that a mix. We're going to use a 9 by 13 inch pan. Fresh mozzarella. This isn't the one that's in water. It's like a ball. You can find it in the deli section. I used 2 of those and I sliced them up so that they were ready to go. You're also going to need some parm and your delicious meat sauce. And what I do is I cook my lasagna noodles just until you can move them. You don't want to overcook them because they will have a lot of time in the oven to cook with all of the sauce and the cheese. So I just do it maybe 5 minutes just so that you can move them. Then we're just gonna layer it all up. I did grease my pan really well with a little bit of olive oil. You're gonna add sauce to the bottom, then a layer of lasagna noodles. Then you're gonna add sauce on top of that. Then you're gonna do ricotta, parm, and mozzarella. And then you're gonna repeat that process. I will have it all written out again, like I said, down below, but I'm gonna let you watch because I think sometimes it's easier to see versus hear. So here we go. I always do 3 layers of lasagna, so once I get to the top of this layer, I'm gonna stop at the cheese. It's gonna go into a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. If you find your lasagna is getting really dark on the top, you can add foil to stop that from happening, usually the last 15-20 minutes. And serve with a salad. It was so delicious with that delicious garlic bread. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas. Again, whether you're celebrating now or in a couple months from now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.